Here we are, guys, discussing my team for round 15. Had our best week of the year. In this one, we actually gained about 500 ranks and had a rank of 316 for the round. We were 1261 in the overall rank last week, so down to 776. First time in the top 1,000 for the year, which is a great result, and snuck over 1,000 again. So plenty to talk about in this one. I ended up captaining Benny Hunt this week. Managed a nice 64, so can't complain with that. Been at the high 60s to 70s with a random 50 in there, but did a great job. Got a try assist early, which kind of assured he was going to have a nice game. Just generally happy with him. Obviously kicked about half the meters as usual, but got a bunch extra run meters, which was great for him. So no worries with the captain there. Pat Carrigan played the full 80 for 74, which was awesome. Mo Fodawaker snuck 55 and good minutes again in the 13 role this time, but unfortunately will be suspended for this week, which poses a bit of a problem for the squad. But yeah, 50 tackles in the lock roll, much better than that 19 tackles a couple of weeks ago. But thankfully he's helped us out the last few weeks after a bunch of dud weeks there. For Mo, Jazz Tavanga got more minutes this week, thank God, from 38 to 59. So just guaranteed he'd get a good score when he was playing extra minutes there. Only the one missed tackle with 4 tackle busts. Always going to bode well for him. His PPM's always over 1, so great work from him there. Just a great week from the team all around. Everyone ran really well. Isaiah 55, just did his thing. Don't have to talk about him. Ryan Madison didn't have a game. Saw a few people were waiting for his price to drop one more time before they pick him up, but at the end of the year, especially when you've only got sort of 5-6 rounds left, it's just important to get the top guys in your squad. And I decided that in round 14 where he got the 56, but for him to get a nice try assist, line break assist to go along with him just having his normal game. Like he's already done that how many times this year? He's got a 75, 88, a 77 and a 78. So he's going to do that every 2 to 3 weeks. And he did that this week, which was awesome for the squad. Cleary got 65. A bunch of people would have captained him this week. Just did his job. Pretty much it's just his normal score. So does everything. Happy with Cleary. If you don't have him, then you should try. Mitch Moses is scoring a bit better too, so if you have him, then he's working out for you. Jerome Luai, awesome week for him. Really happy he got back to that try scoring way. He scores the try, it gets right involved, he can get that 50, so lucky for him. This week that was the week, and did well outside of that. Just a bit of everything for the Panthers in a game when they're playing against the Sharks. They're in great form, aren't they? Just doing their job. Zach Lomax 57. God, he's a good player. What's he averaging now? 47.8. 56 over the last 3, 50 over the last 5. So doesn't have to score tries to do well, but does score a lot of them. So awesome work. Kicks the goals in everything. 20 tackles, 1 miss. 100 meters. Dual position. Can't go wrong. Needs to be in most people's sides for the run home. Stephen Crichton, 45. Happy with his efforts again. Got the try again. And then try assist, line break assist as well. Just to add to it. And getting a few extra meters these days, which is good. If you can sit up around the 140 plus, then there's a good chance he's either going to get some tackle busts, or that'll just obviously add to his points in general. But he seems to, when he runs the ball a bit more, get a fair few attacking stats, which is great. Latrell Mitchell, 52. They took away one of his try assists. He was a 57 overnight. And then, they took that away from him. So he had 2 try assists, line break assists. 2 try assists. Which is always going to bode well for a score. But, he's like, he doesn't get involved much. Only 80 metres gained, which stops him from getting in the big score territory. But, playing against the Eagles, who were pretty bad, let's be honest, he's going to score well there. Being the fullback, getting involved. And the next 2 weeks against the Eels and the Storm, so I'm not expecting any great scores over the next few. But unfortunately, I'm going to definitely have to play him with a few guys that are going to be out with injuries. Ponga, 48. Same thing, lost a few points in the overnight, but can't complain too much. A couple of try assists, plenty of run meters. Just didn't get his usual big tackle break game with a few demerits in there, so nothing really to stress about with Ponga. And little puppy with a nice game as well against the Eels especially. Just ran the ball well, plenty of run meters, got his tackle bust and a line break, so happy with him there. Down we come, Pierce, finally. Couldn't have started the game any better. Whoops, it's always good. Old Piercy. Yeah, couldn't start the game any better with 73. Got the 40-20 early on. Was just in everything, tackling well. Yeah, back to 30 tackles, which is good. Few busts, few offloads. Plenty of kick meters, back up to 509. Obviously with Green going down there to do the bulk of the work there, but he already was kicking for the most part. Unfortunately, did get the sin bin, which cost him 10 minutes and 7 points. But yeah, if he played that, he probably gets over 80. But it's good to have him back, and he will be taking over most of the kicking, especially with Green out. Looks like for the rest of the year with an ACL injury. So sad for him, but good for Pierce owners. Taumalolo got injured. God, if he didn't, I was tracking for a huge score. But unfortunately, yeah, the 30-30. Done his calf, it looks like, so sort of a 3 to 4 week injury, which means he's going to be a sell, unfortunately, at that price point especially. And Jake Job, 52, and I played Bailey Sirinen for 29, so was sort of scoring well for most of the game there, and did play the 80 this time, and just was on like 24 after 50 minutes and just did nothing, so not as good as we hoped he'd be, unfortunately. And then the Hammer had a couple of decent runs, but that's about all. So, issues this week. We got Haas out, Randall and O'Donnell definitely out. I've got Taumalolo, there's 4, and then Mo is going to be out for a week if he takes the early guilty plea. So, a few issues. I definitely have to make trades, and I have 3. So, if I make one trade, so if I trade Taumalolo, for example, then how's that going to work? Yeah, it'll be fine. We got to put it won't be fine, actually. I'll have to bring in a front row forward. Well, that's annoying. So Alex Twile might be the man. Anyway, which means I'll have to pay Bailey, Siren, and Hemi. So let's try and trade out Taumalolo. And front row forward it is. Let's see what we're dealing with. Clement Twile, Takiaho, Papali. Really nice to bring in Barnett, but he's doing well, isn't he? So Twile came back off the bench this week. 45 and 57 minutes. Will he get back to 80? That's the question. Is he feeling fit? Who knows? You kind of want to hope so. He's going to lose some money for the next little bit. And Clemmer averaging 57. Doing well the last 3. So, been an interesting week for me as to what I'm going to do with that. But, yeah, that's my general thoughts, guys. Got 812k to use for Taumalolo. I could trade both of them out, but with, 5 rounds left, I don't feel that I should leave myself with one trade. That's just my thoughts. But, yeah, guys, doing really well. So, dropped the 500 ranks this week. And really happy with that. The goal now is to try and get in the top 500. Hopefully with a few coaches that have ran out of trades, and with all these injuries that are happening, they're a bit cooked for the rest of the year. So hopefully we can get back down in the 500s and finish off end up being a good year. So cheers for watching, guys. As I always say, if you can subscribe to the channel and like the video, that'll be really helpful. And we'll see you in the next one with the team list, guys. Have a good one.